also see this in terms of the words and phrases that work best. In this particular study, we were asking people about their interest if they were on their favorite charity's website, what was their interest in clicking on this button to read the corresponding information. Different people got different buttons. One of the things we found from that, and this is a share of people who said, I'm definitely interested in reading more about that. One of the things we found is that people are not really interested in reading about planned giving or gift planning, but they are much more likely to be interested in reading about other ways to give smarter. And here's the funny thing. We then asked them with regard to 12 different types of planned giving information, because we have various, complicated instruments in the U.S. We included those as well. Which of those were they expecting to see? And it turned out that they were just as likely to expect to see information about, gifts and wills, life insurance gifts, all the estate planning stuff when we said other ways to give smarter than if we said planned giving. But other ways to give smarter, they were much more interested in reading about the material when we led with that. So we might want to think about, rather than just having a will kit, that we might have something different like top ways to give smarter, which includes the giving through a will and also includes some current giving tips and strategies. So the next thing to keep in mind is that we've been looking at strategies to introduce the ideas. And so here that oblique communication presents information in a non-death related context. And the idea is there we want to shift people from I don't want to think about it to yes, that's a good idea. But we still need to do one more thing. It's not enough for people to say, yeah, I put your charity in my will. We actually need them to sign the document. So how do we shift people from, yeah, I think I'll do that, to now? How do we get them to sign the document now? If I'm not going to die tomorrow, why not just deal with all this stuff later, right? Now, look, I understand that it is very natural to respond by saying, well, you might get hit by a truck tomorrow. Everything we know about the experimental results from this research says that's not going to be a very effective message, because people respond to that with avoidance, this delay, deny, all that sort of thing. So we want to get creative at attaching a non-death related reason to do it now, some non-death related negative outcome to putting it off until later. So maybe this is our campaign to reach 100 planned gifts and wills and trusts ends in 3 months. Won't you consider joining these other folks? Yeah, you could put it off, but then you are left out of the group. Maybe you don't get to come to the celebration dinner, whatever it is. Or if you have a donor you can convince to make a donation in a way that includes a match, we have a matching grant that'll pay 10% of gifts planned in a will or trust, up to $10,000 per person, if you sign them before whatever the deadline is. So the idea there being that, yeah, I could sign it later, but then I don't get the matching gift. By the way, this isn't just hypothetically. There's some organizations that have used this to double and triple their Legacy Society members when they offer these kinds of opportunities. And if you're interested, I can send you the case studies on those. By the way, I should have mentioned at the beginning, if you're interested in any of this stuff, if you connect with me on LinkedIn, I will send you links to not only all the studies that I've done, but all the slide decks of all my presentations, all my books, videos, all that stuff. I send you all that for free. And by the way, if you haven't heard from me in a while and we are connected on LinkedIn, just send me a quick note and I can send you the updated list of all that. So another approach is the pledge and follow-up to show a strong leadership commitment in this plan giving push. We want to announce our group participation, board participation levels at the next banquet. Can we count you in? So then we give people a chance to say, okay, yeah, I'll get around to doing this within the next 6 months. Notice how we're making that question very soft. We're making it very soft by introducing delay into the question. When we introduce delay into the question, then we actually can make people more open to saying yes. Of course, once they say yes, then we have the follow-up. Because now we can say, hey, really appreciate your commitment to making this gift and a will. Can I check back in a month to see how the planning process is going? So now it's the idea that, well, I said I was going to do it, so I'll do it. So because I don't want to violate my pledge, or I want to do this because it will influence other people. So we don't have any problem adjusting to the fact that other people are going to die. And we can go see an Avengers movie for half the people in the universe die, and it's not a problem, right? But it's personal mortality that causes all of these reactions. So yes, we need you to sign up so it will motivate other people to give. Very motivational. And that's why we need you to do it now, because, you know, other people might get hit by a truck. That is a bit more persuasive. So ultimately, if we want to reach a larger audience, then we need to get good at communicating estate planning information obliquely. In other words, if you want a larger audience, don't lead with death.